Some buffs and nerfs to armor and weapon enchants. Roll it. Welcome back. So as most of you already know, there have been some reworks to weapon and armor enchants on preview, so they can basically fit in with the new combat model that it's well on its way. While this does make sense for them to do, it is also nothing different to what usually happens and what will happen. Players, like always, will lean toward what is the best for their type of class, so healers will try and find the best enchants to suit a supporting role, which in this case, according to these changes, seems to be the Frost enchantment. But it doesn't mean this will be 100% the case. It all depends if they make more changes or adjustments to these before they hit live. The DPSers will use the top damage dealing weapon enchants, and so will the tanks most likely. And when it comes to armor enchants, well, it's no different here either. Regardless of changes to combat systems or how stats work, the thing that always remains the same is the lack of variety in choices that bring you the same results. Sure, we have tons of variety when it comes to how many types of enchants we have in both armor and weapon enchant slots, but do we struggle with which one to use? Usually not. The norm is the testers will do their thing, which is test, then tell the rest of us which enchantments are best in slot. So then everybody does the same thing as they always did, use what's best. And you can't even blame players for doing that. I mean, isn't that the point? To use the best possible enchantments or gear to get the best results? I think it is. So what should be happening is all weapon enchantments should serve a purpose depending on the situation. It shouldn't be because the best enchantment for single target is Bilethorn that everybody uses it. What should be happening is that we should have multiple choices of the same caliber damage-wise, just with different benefits, so that will encourage people to build their tunes with variety and not copy-paste cookie-cutter builds because everybody else is doing it. I mean, is there any of you that doubt that is what's going to happen here? What usually happens is changes will be implemented and then 99% of the other enchantments will never be used because some of them are absolutely useless. A good idea would be either to put some extra efforts into making them more on par with each other, so there are more choices for the players that actually work just as good as the rest, or simply just remove all the useless ones. Just pull the plug on them by giving us an NPC just like you did with the bondings and let us trade them in for astral diamonds. I literally see no reason for so many different types of weapons and armor enchants to exist if they serve little to no purpose. They're just there for the sake of being there. But of course, if they manage to balance them all and become useful, then forget everything I just said. But at this point in time, according to the testing Rainer and a few other my friends have done, it looks like Bilethorn will most likely still be best in slot, and the Vorpal is not as bad as you actually might think. Also, the Frost and the Dread enchantment also look pretty solid. And as far as armor enchantments go, there's some good ones, but the Bark Shield looks like it's the clear winner so far. Just know all of these things are still subject to small changes or even huge ones. So my advice is don't rush. Make sure you have 100% accurate info before jumping to conclusions. Just imagine buying up a Bilethorn to use and last minute to make a change and the Bilethorn is not best in slot anymore. It is totally a possibility and not like it hasn't happened before. Now you might be asking me, do I like these changes? Well, me liking or disliking isn't even the point. The question you should be asking me is, are these changes going to balance your Neverwinter gaming experience? Will the combat be balanced? Will your class even be balanced? And to be honest, I'm not optimistic about that, but I hope I'm wrong. I'd actually love to be wrong. So if you're a new player, I advise you to wait. Wait until they announce that no more changes will happen, or until the new module drops. We should know by then which armor or weapon enchantments are the best fitting for your class. I'd really hate to see you buy something that becomes obsolete. That would truly be a waste of your time and your astral diamonds. So a quick recap. So far it looks like the best weapon enchantments will be Bilethorn, Vorpal, Dread, and Frost. And for armor it looks like Bark Shield is way ahead of the pack. But like I said, don't take what I'm saying to the bank just yet. Only preview still. Nothing is set in stone. Galactic here. Peace out. Stay safe.